welcome to this special show in education, which is a part of our campaign, Shiksha Ki Or. It is true that today more children are going to school in India than ever before. But the challenge is to keep them in school, to curb our dropout rates, and to make education interactive and fun. Today we take a look at some individual efforts that are ensuring that not only children go to school, but that they love the learning process.
I'm Farida Lambe and I'm 64-year-old and I'm the co-founder of Pratham. We've already covered 3 million children. We are all over India and almost in all the states and many cities. I think I personally, myself a product of a municipal school, always saw children on the pavements or somewhere else not really studying. And as I was taking my social work training, children has always been my passion. And the other aspect of course is that if you invest in children and if you give them education, I think the future of the country goes also in the safe hands. Initially, it was all about starting preschools and making sure children go to school. Now, it is more about learning outcomes. That we know that children are in school because of the Right to Education Act and other things which the government does. But we are also very concerned that children are still not learning. So what Pratham has basically done is that it's a community-based model. Wherever possible, we are working with the government. But wherever not possible, we are working in under-resourced communities, right from Mumbai to say Jammu and Kashmir, wherever there are under-resourced communities, and we are involving parents and people in the education of their children. We do not want to substitute the government, but we want to supplement the government because we feel it is the government's responsibility. Thirdly, we also feel that if children's basic literacy and basic education is taken care of, children will have a flying start. But if they don't know how to read and write, which is really just not the position in India, then how will they go further? We have preschool classes. We also have parents meetings here so that the parents get involved in the learning of the children. We do training of the early childhood workers. At the same time with children, we have dancing classes, we have hobby classes. We are trying to prove a point that education, learning must be fun and children should feel like coming.
मैं 2014 से यहाँ पर आ रहा हूँ। एजुकेशन क्लास है यहाँ पर म्यूज़िक क्लास है, सिंगिंग क्लास है, डांस क्लास है और गिटार एंड पियानो क्लास है और लाइब्रेरी भी है। यहाँ पर हमें बुक पढ़ने मिलती है और जब फ्री टाइम मिलता है मेरे को तब मैं यहाँ पर आ जाता हूँ।
They are child laborers, they are street children, children of the prostitutes, and for them we have a separate strategy where we free these children and then put them in the education. So we are trying to mainstream. So basically I would say that our mandate is to work through education with children, for children, and basically now we are also looking at by children.
मैं कम्युनिटी को सेफ बनाना चाहता हूँ क्योंकि यहाँ पर बहुत से लोग ऐसे हैं कि जो ड्रग्स लेते हैं, सिगरेट्स पीते हैं और उन्हें ये नहीं पता कि अगर हम पिएंगे तो हमें भले से हमें कुछ होएगा पर हमारे साथ साथ दूसरे को भी हो सकता है।
There were about 1 lakh children who were working, and now I can again tell you that only 11 to 10,000 children are in child labor. We've not had so many preschool centers, and now there are not only preschool centers, but it is now a policy of the government in terms of the ICDS to have preschool for children. We also feel that children are learning, and parents today are much more aware. The aspirations of parents that my child must go to school, the poorest of the poor. I think that's a major change I'm seeing today. I think you must dream. Dream should be big, and if you dream big, change will happen.
The pursuit of educational equity is the driving force behind these efforts. It is why so many people are bringing quality into our learning methods.
My name is Shaheen Mistry. I'm 44 and I'm the founder and CEO of Teach for India. So it started when I was 18. I started as a teacher, founded an organization called Akanksha, worked for 17 years there, and for the last 7 years have been working at Teach for India. Two reasons why I started Teach for India. One was a deep love and belief in children. And the second was the idea that inequity doesn't make sense. And the best way to eliminate it is to actually provide an excellent education to all kids. So Teach for India recruits some of India's best and brightest young people and places them as full-time teachers in government and low-income schools for 2 years so that they become lifelong leaders for educational equity. While recruiting India's best and brightest is an ongoing challenge, we've been overwhelmed by the idealism in the country, and we found that people from all walks of life want to really make the country better for our children. So every year we started with 87 fellows. Today we're at 1,100 fellows currently teaching, 1,000 alumni working across different sectors for children. So we're seeing an increased demand every single year with the work. We have a lot of growth planned ahead of us. We're looking at how our students can be leading that movement and really have a voice across the country for other children. So lots of ideas, lots of possibilities, but a big goal of providing 1 million children with an excellent education. I think another learning for me has been the idea of perspective, that you can really make any situation work for you and you can control the way that you see the world. I think that's been incredibly helpful in my journey, just trying to see the best in myself, in the people around me, in every single child, and really believing in that idea of potential. We're working in incredibly difficult environments. Kids are 4 to 6 years behind where they need to be. They have a complexity of social issues facing them. And so for us to be able to drive change in environments like that and really bring kids to their greatest potential is probably our most complex challenge. there's a lot that needs to change in the Indian education system, but if I were to choose one thing, my belief is that people drive change. So if we can infuse the system with high quality people at all levels of the education sector, things are going to change automatically. So I'm a dreamer. I get motivated by big ideas and vision. The idea that every child in the country deserves and can have an excellent education is enough work for my lifetime, possibly multiple lifetimes. I'm deeply inspired by children. I still love to work directly with kids. I get my joy, my passion, my meaning from children, my greatest learning from children.